Hey everyone, and welcome. So, you've been thinking about putting Linux on your laptop, right? Well, 2026 is shaping up to be the absolute perfect year to finally do it. Let's jump right in and break down everything you need to know to get started. Let me ask you something. Does your laptop feel like it's dragging a bit? Maybe the battery life just isn't what it used to be? Or maybe you're just plain tired of all the constant updates and the feeling that you're not really in control of your own machine. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. See, with the official end of support for Windows 10 right around the corner, the clock is ticking for millions of users. People are actively searching for an operating system that's dependable, fast, and actually respects their privacy. And for a whole lot of them, Linux is the answer. So think of this as your personal guide to making that switch. Okay, but first things first, why would you even consider putting Linux on your laptop? I mean, what are the real day-to-day benefits you're going to see? Let's get into it. So what's the big deal? Well, first off, Linux can make an old laptop feel brand new. That machine that's supposedly too old for the latest Windows update? Yeah, it'll probably fly with a lightweight Linux installed. Second, you can wave goodbye to telemetry. That's the constant data collection where your computer is phoning home. Linux is built from the ground up with privacy in mind. You also get a much faster, bloat-free system without all that pre-installed junk. And the best part? You get complete control to make it look and work exactly how you want, with access to a whole universe of amazing free software.
All right, so you're sold on the why. Let's talk about the what. And this is crucial. To have a really great, smooth experience, the single most important thing you can do is pick the right hardware from the very beginning.
And here's the thing, not all laptops are built the same when it comes to Linux. To save yourself a ton of headaches, you want a machine where everything, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, even closing the lid to suspend it, just works right out of the box. You especially want to watch out for things like weird Wi-Fi chips or fingerprint readers that need special drivers. And look for vendors that use something called the LVFS. It sounds technical, but it just means you can update your machine's firmware securely right from inside Linux. It's a game changer. That's why picking a brand that officially supports Linux, like Framework or certain Dell and Lenovo models, makes your life so much easier. To make it even easier, here are 3 awesome choices. If you want a top-the-line, future-proof machine, the Framework laptop is incredible. It's fully modular, meaning you can repair and upgrade it yourself for years. For a solid mid-range workhorse, a Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon is built like a tank and is officially certified for Ubuntu. And for the absolute best bang for your buck, you seriously can't go wrong with a used ThinkPad T4080. They have legendary Linux support, and you can find them for just a couple $100. What a steal! Okay, hardware is covered. Now for the fun part, the software. You're going to hear the word distro thrown around a lot. And yeah, it can sound a little confusing at first, but trust me, the concept is actually really simple. So a Linux distro is just a complete operating system. It's all built on a core component called the Linux kernel. That's what talks to all your hardware. The car analogy really is the best way to think about it. The kernel is the engine. It's the powerful part that makes everything go. The distro is the rest of the car built around that engine. A Toyota and a Ford both have engines, but they have totally different bodies, dashboards, and features, right? That's exactly how Linux distros work. So now that you know what a distro is, the big question is, which one should you actually pick? Well, let's look at some of the top recommendations for anyone who's just starting their journey. 2 of the best, hands down for beginners, are Linux Mint and Zorin OS. You can think of this as a choice between classic simplicity and modern polish. Linux Mint feels instantly familiar if you're coming from Windows. It's super stable, it's fast, and it's all about that "it just works" philosophy. Zorin OS, on the other hand, is designed to be beautiful and make the switch as easy as possible. Its killer feature is a tool that lets you change the whole layout to look and feel like Windows or Mac OS with just one click. It's built to make you feel right at home. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The community is filled with people who have made this exact same jump. Like this user on the Framework forum said, starting with a really popular distro means you have this huge, amazing community ready to help you out with any questions you might have. And beyond those 2, there are other incredible choices. Pop! OS is fantastic for productivity. It has this cool auto-tiling feature. Ubuntu, of course, is one of the biggest names out there and has an enormous support system. And then there's Fedora, which is often on the cutting edge of new technology, while still being super reliable. Okay, you've got your hardware, you've picked a distro, you're basically ready to go. So let's wrap up with a few quick pro tips to make sure your first experience is an awesome one, especially when you're on the move. Battery life. It's a big deal for any laptop user, right? Here are 4 super simple things you can do that make a huge difference. Number 1, and this is the big one, lower your screen brightness. It is the biggest power hog, period. 2, if you're not using the internet, turn off your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. 3, unplug any USB drives or dongles you're not actively using. And 4, just close any apps that are running in the background. It sounds simple, but these little things add up to way more time away from a power outlet. And really, that's it. You've got the background, you've got some great recommendations for hardware and software, and you've got a few tips to hit the ground running. This is where your journey into a whole new way of using your computer really begins. So the only question left is, which path are you going to explore first? Are you going to bring an old laptop back to life with the rock-solid simplicity of Linux Mint? Or maybe you'll grab a new machine and try the slick, modern experience of Zorin OS. The amazing thing is, like with everything else in Linux, the choice is completely up to you.